Let's go to the next slide. Now, what are some flags that are affected by arithmetic operations? So the ALU has a number of status flags that reflect the outcome of arithmetic and bitwise operations. So the basis is on the contents of the destination operand. So some essential flags are ang destination, pag zero flag, pag ang destination kay zero. Pag sign flag is negative naman, so sign flag ang ma-affect. Unsigned value out of range, carry flag. Overflow flag, pag sign value out of range. So pag nasobra siya, ang sign value, mean to say na mag nadungagan ba, isa ka bitong sa carry, ma-overflow flag na siya. So whenever the destination operand equals 0, the 0 flag is set. So let's try to understand. We move 1 padulong sa CX. So sub CX minus 1. So that becomes 0. So CX is now 0, meaning to say the 0 flag is set to 1. So if you move this 16 bits, padulong sa AX, and if we increment AX, so if we increment this one, what happens? Mahimo siya og 1, 0 na, kan increment naman. So AX is 0 na, 0, 0, 0, 0. So mean to say that 0 flag is 1. Tapos, pag i-increment, pag nato siya usab, again, so what happens is it becomes 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Diba? Mean to say that the 0 flag is not already 0. Kasi nga, may value na siya. So, a flag is set when it equals 1, cleared pag equals siya og 0. Okay, kanina we have a carry flag. So a carry flag is set when the result of an operation generates an unsigned value that is out of range. It's too big or too small for the destination operand. So if we move AL, no, see, it's ang 0FF, i-move natin sa AL, and then add AL 1. So i-add nato si FF 1. The carry flag is 0 since, ano man na siya? Because that becomes 1, 0, 0, no? So na carry flag karon. So AL is 00 kani, and this is the carry flag. Okay. Try to go below 0. So comment, no? And then move si 0 padulong kay destination, which is AL. Then subtract AL and 0. So AL holds 0, and then subtract mo kay 1, so that the result is 1. So i-subtract na to ang 0 ug isa, mahimo siya og FF. No? That's 0, 0. So mahimo siya og FF. And that carry flag is set to 1. Some examples, no? Sign, 0, and carry flags. So let's try to understand. So we have 16 bits. Kana siya isulod diha. And then i-add that og isa. So AX becomes 1, 0, 0. Okay? So 0 flag, because it's not 0, is 0. Sign flag, it's not negative, so it's 0. Carry flag should be 1. Dili siya wala siya carry flag because this is 16 bits. So ma-proceed lang siya sa PICAS, no? Sa PICAS bit. So 0 atong carry flag. Now if we subtract 1 once again to 100, mabalik siya og FF, and then all of the flags set are 0. And then add na pud ka og 1 sa AL. Okay, sa AL na ta. So this one, sa FF. So this is lower and this is higher. FF, i-add og 1, mahimo og 0, 0. But now, since AL lang atong giset, 0, 0, na ay carry flag na mahitabo. And it's not as, it's a 0 flag. And then, the sign flag is not set because it's not a negative number. Nakuha niya siyang anong carry flag because again, carry flag equals 1 because again, this is supposed to be 1 0 0. So there is a carry that happened since this is FF incremented or added to 1. Okay. Now if we put 6C to BH and then we add it with 9 5, so there is a carry flag that will happen definitely. It's not a 0 flag, it's not a sign flag. Okay, then lastly we have move AL2, so 2, subtract natin 2 and 3. So this is the result, FF. So carry flag is 1, 0 flag is 0, and the sign flag is 1. Because this is a sign flag. This is an assigned byte. The overflow flag, from the word overflow, we know that it is manubra. Now, it is set when the sign result of an operation is invalid or out of range. Example, si 127, isulod na to kay AL. And then 128. Ayan, then i-add na to ang AL og 1. Ano siya 128. So kani siya na example are identical at the binary level because 7FH kani siya equals 127. So, di ba pag ano binary, but that's 2 0, 2, 2, 2 raised to 1, 2 squared, 2 to the power 4. So that's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So this is 1 to 7, meaning to say that all the rests katong mag-1 tanan. So it's often easier to calculate in hexadecimal. Kanimang good, naka decimal siya. So kani example 2 was converted into hexadecimal so that if we increment 7f or the positive 127 to 1, we can easily calculate or add 1 to the 7fh, which is 80 hex. So there's an overflow flag here because this is only AL. And remember, AL only holds 2 bytes. So meaning to say that pag mag-increment kag 1, may mo siyang 100. So there is an overflow flag that is happening here. Okay? So ayan, overflow flag. When adding 2 integers, the overflow flag is only set when 2 positive operands are added and their sum is negative. 2 negative operands are added and their sum is also positive. Okay, let's take a review at the mul instruction. Mul, unsigned multiply instruction multiplies an 8, 16, or 32-bit operand by either AL, AX, or EAX. So ang EAX is a 32-bit operand. Okay? So ang multiplicand mo, for example, is AL, multiplier is 8-bit, product is 8. AX. Then dito tong remember atong klase, no? Pag AX gani siya, store siya sa DX-AX. Pero pag 32, so EAX siya, so may siya sa EDX-EAX siya, ma-store ang product. Example, so we have here, val1, sulod siya sa AX, and then i-multiply na to si val2. So this becomes DX-AX, meaning to say that this is the DX and this is the AX. And carry flag is set to 1. So you can review the mul and emul because we are already done with this one. Okay, so this is a really good example in assembly language programming. No, this is now the application of what we have learned in the previous lessons. Okay, so no need to talk about this. Div, idiv, jump, can you see jump? Jump is an unconditional jump to a label that's usually within the same procedure. So the syntax is jump, target. So where do you want to jump? To the top. Jump instruction. Loop instruction is also very common, no, in assembly language because, the loop instruction creates a counting loop. So the syntax is just loop the target. So where do you want to loop or what do you want to loop at? So, ang implementation niya is the assembler calculates the distance in bytes between the current location and the offset of the target label. It's called the relative offset. The relative offset is added to IP. So, example of a loop is this. Kanisha, the following loop calculates the sum of the integers 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So, ang offset address, kanisha nasa left, then this is the machine code, and this is the source code of the loop. Okay? Assembled, the current location, which is this one, is 000. Looking at the loop machine code, we see that -5 FBH is added to the current location, causing a jump to location 00009. So I think kanisha na application was used in katong gitry na to tong 32-bit microprocessor sa LabVault, no? Giprogram to siya into something like this, na loop na mo jump to 8, jump to 8 ba to? Or 6 o 8 no kay 8 bits. Mo jump siya dito and so on and so forth. We also have what we call the nested loop. It's a loop within a loop, no? So this is the example. We set the outer loop count as 100, and then we save outer loop count, kana siya, and then we set inner loop count. So what's inside the inner loop count? And then now we repeat the inner loop for this one, then restore outer loop count, and lastly, we repeat the outer loop. So we just need to familiarize this, no need to like memorize, as long as we understand that a nested loop is a loop within a loop. In higher level programming language, we can compare that this is actually quite harder than, I mean, it's more tasky, it has more lines than what we currently have right now in our programming languages. So yeah, we will be talking about that on Thursday. No not looping, I mean the higher level of programming, and we can actually compare, no? Kita nato din hina, it's very complicated, the codes are like a sequential talaga yung pag set up natin, no, create ng codes. So that is why it's quite hard to understand, but yeah, there's no need for us to actually hard code it. We just need to understand what is happening inside the assembly language. But see, but this is actually very beneficial if we know how to read an assembly language programming, no? And I think that is also for you. No? So, kato siya. Again, assembly language provides like a very deep understanding of how a computer hardwares work, no, at a very at a low level. So we understand how they work inside in a low level. Kasi pag ma-understand natin siya in a low level, that becomes, or this it has evolved now to what the higher level language programming we have, no? So ato lang siya for this topic, and for tomorrow we are going to, I mean for on Thursday, or on our next topic rather, we're going to talk about another topic, which is the higher level of programming language. And that would be all for our discussion this afternoon.